Welcome to the free monthly Taroscopes. Be sure to check your rising and moon for more details and visit VickieVerley.com for personal readings, decks, books, t-shirts, art, and more. Thank you for all your continued support, including donating, liking, commenting, sharing. Now without further ado, on to your free reading. Hi Leo, thanks for joining me for the new year of 2018, January 2018 Taroscope with the Rock and Roll Tarot deck, and then we're going to follow up with the Beastmistress Animal Oracle cards. Both are my own creations, both are on my website. Big news is there is another eclipse in your sign. After we just had the big eclipse on August of 2017, January 31st, we're going to have another eclipse. And not only is it the lunar eclipse, it's in your sign. It's also a blue moon because it's the second. We're going to have two full moons in January. Full moon in Cancer on January 1st. New moon in Capricorn, January 16th. And then another new moon, total lunar eclipse on the 31st of January. And it's in your sign. So I'm telling this for everybody, but it's so much more potent for you, being the Leos that you are. We got to go back to that 8/21 eclipse, because that was a new moon eclipse, and then it's come around and it's the full moon eclipse of the same sign. So it absolutely relates back to what was going on in 8/21. You need to think about, what did you do then? What did you start? What was going on? What were you thinking, wanting, praying, manifesting, dreaming of? What was happening? What were your emotions, physically, everything. Because somehow there's going to be, it'll be related. And the moon is even in the spread. Every time the moon's in the spread, I always refer to the new and moons. Those mofo moons. Those new and full moons, I'm trying to say. And look, we have the sun here and the moon there. Yeah, cool. But anyways, yeah, so it's important to think about it. And it's going to be different for everybody, so you can just look back and see. It could be a culmination. It could be whatever you started then, it's finally come to fruition now. It could be what things that you were trying to start, but there were obstacles. The eclipse can eclipse it out, can get rid of it, release it, clear the way. So it will be different for everybody, but it's something to look into. Okay, well, I lay the tarot out ahead because my fracture thing is not healed yet, so I'm moving a little slow. And I don't want to waste time on the tape doing it. So, but the year ahead, I want to mention the year ahead readings are still available for a limited time if you're watching this in December. It's a really cool reading. I start out, do your numerology, find your tarot card for the year. Then I look at the major astrology aspects, and there are quite a few big things shifting this year. We've got some big planets are moving. Saturn just moved, and we're going to have Uranus changing. So I briefly look at that in your chart. Then I do a tarot spread broken down into 4 quarters, which makes it really nice for timing. I can even narrow it down to sometimes the month with the way I do it. And then we do your animal totem for the year. So it's a whole lot of different things, for one small price. Always very popular. Again, if you haven't ordered it yet, be sure to order it this month, because in December, because in January it'll be gone. Another thing I noted, it's numerology to a point, but 2018 is an 11 master number, and I do have a shirt posted with the master number 11 year on it, but the eclipse was 8/21, right? And then we're moving into 2018, and it's January. I know that'll change it if you add that in, it'll make it a 12, but it's still the same numbers. It's 1s, 2s, and 8s in both instances. So there's this other kind of weird magical tie-in, too, back to that 8/21 date as we move into 2018. It's almost like it was a precursor of the 2018 year, okay? Well, you've got some nice cards here. This is you, by the way. Well, it could be you. Either one could be you, but I really felt like this was you. In the center of your universe, here you are, Leo, this full moon eclipse is on you, it's, shining the light on you. And you are surrounded with good people. There's a younger fire sign person here and a younger earth sign person, and they're both kind of, coming towards you, or maybe even vying for your attention, because I saw that vying for your attention. And by the way, let that happen, even if it's misspelled or it looks like a different word, let that all happen, because that's really cool how that will happen in the tarot. Okay, so what's your rod pointing to? You're pointing up with this Ace of Cups. So it could be a new beginning in love, absolutely. Maybe these two people are, and by the way, these are gender neutral, so it could be anybody, male, female, whatever applies, okay? Vex, they're trying to vex you. Somebody's trying to vex you, or maybe one of them is your ex. But anyways, you're pointing to this Ace of Cups. So it's something new, beginning in love, or new beginning in creativity. It could be creativity when it's next to this Eight of Pentacles, because this is talking about working on something that you really like, doing. Yes, it's prosperous, it brings you money and prosperity, but that, you know, it's something that you really enjoy. That's the biggest part of it, especially paired with the Ace of Cups here. Maybe it's something that you've been doing just for fun and a hobby, and then this guy, especially the Knight of Pentacles, could be money, you know, comes along and says, hey, I think I'm going to buy this off of you. I think that we could monetize this. I think we could, I want to invest. I want to invest, or, you know, be a backer, or, you know, hire you. I think your work's really, you maybe even perfecting your work on your own, and they're like, hey, I want to hire you for a paying gig, you know. Many of you are going to get hired for some paying gig or some kind of dream job. That could definitely be a thing. And you've been working on it for a long time. 4 months, I feel the strongest about for many people. But it could be 4 weeks, 4 days, 4 years, 4 whatever. But it's time to, you know, you've been working on them, getting them ready, and now it's time to debut it. It could be an art show. Maybe some of you are going to do a big show, or anything. Like it could be anything creative. It could be a film. It could be recorded an album. You've been recording an album, and you're going to release it. It could be anything. It could be you've been working on tchotchkes, and you're going to go get a booth at the craft show and start selling them. I mean, it just could be anything. Your book, you know, whatever. Or none of the above. Maybe you meet somebody at work that you're in love with, or falling in love with. Whatever it is, there's higher forces that have been at work at this with the temperance. You know, temperance can mean a lot of things. It can mean balance, keep things in balance, keep things in harmony. But it also, to me, it just feels that they've really been working on it for you. While you've been in this time of retreat, or, you know, creation, or whatever's going on up here, the angels have been putting things together and bringing these people to show up in your life that are going to help move it along. You don't even know how big it's going to be with World in Reverse. This is going to be way bigger than you're even thinking of, or even, you know, dreaming of. You're only here now, it seems. You know, Ace of Cups. It seems like you've been working on it, and you're just starting to really, you know. I'm feeling for some of you, it's like you finally got to turn that corner. Like if you're trying to do an instrument or something. Like I remember that. I remember struggling and having to think about it. Almost like when you first drive a car. You know, you first drive a car, I better put my foot on the brake, I better put my foot on the... And then after a while, you know, you're just driving the car, you don't even think about it. And after a while, when you get proficient at your instrument, you're just jamming, and you can just, you know, go play by feel and not even think about it. So it almost feels like there's some people out there that they're at that stage. They've been trying to learn to play an instrument, or taking some kind of lessons or voice lessons, and now they're ready to join a band or do something like that. You know, you're ready to kind of come out with whatever you've been secretly doing. Secretly is a little bit of a strong word, but maybe you haven't been comfortable, you know, sharing, and you're going to come out with it, and it's going to be fabulous. The Eclipse is going to be like, here I am, everybody. Hello, everybody. Look at me. Here I am, because everybody is going to be looking at you. If you know, the full light of the full moon is shining on you. And, you know, things will be eclipsed out by the full moon, sure, but it can also be obstacles and stuff. It's going to be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. I can see all obstacles in my way. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. So all the dark clouds have passed me by. It's going to be a bright, sunshiny day. You can look that up further if you want to. That came through, though. Then we do have that moon card, and the moon card can mean you're intuitive, you know, you're dreaming. Maybe you're dreaming, maybe your spirits and angels are sending you stuff through your dreams. I get stuff through my dreams all the time. Many creative people throughout the ages have gotten things through their dreams, or even inventors and stuff, you know. You ask a question. So that might be a useful exercise for some, but I think even more that it's just pointing us that this eclipse is going to be really big for you, and it's like, yeah, no kidding. Anyways, let's go ahead and get over here and do our animal totem for the new year. Don't forget about the year ahead reading, decks, books, other readings that I have available. Please check out my website. The camel. That's kind of like this. You have to store up for those dry spells, you know. Dragon of the desert, wayfaring soul. Sure-footed flat-footedness amidst the shifting sands, overcoming insurmountable odds, preparing for the journey ahead. Well, it's kind of like, yeah, you've been saving up your energy, and now there's just going to be this big burst or this big splash or something. That's what I'm hearing, like it's a big, you're going to make a big splash in the world. That's what I'm hearing, And I'm hearing ballroom blitz, too. Actually, what I first heard was 48 crash. Is it 48 crash? I think it's called 48 crash. And then it turned into ballroom blitz. And then it turned into a ballroom blitz. Is it 48 crash? I think it's like Susie Quattro or somebody. That's an old one. 48 crash lyrics. Who's did that? Yeah, Susie Quattro. Wow. I haven't heard that one forever. Well, maybe some of my guides have been dead for a long time. Well, you got the hands of a man and the face of a little boy blue. And when you stand so grand, there's a case just looking at you. There's a case just looking for you. You're so young, you could have been the devil's son. You're so young, but like a hang-up, I'll be sad when you're old and you're gone. You know, the 48 crash come the lightning flash, and the 48 crash is a silk sash bash. Come the lightning flash. You got a kind of mind of a juvenile Romeo, and you're so blind you could find that your motor ain't ready to go. You're so young, you're so hot like a shotgun. You're so young, built like a teenage tearaway. Soon you'll be torn away and run. Well, I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe you want to. It's a lot. I'm not going to keep reading it. It's really long. I can't blow the screen up, and it's hard to see even with my glasses. So, maybe you want to look into it further. Maybe not. I'm not sure what that would even mean. I'm not making an immediate connection here. But anyways, so this is the spread. I've been mentioning it to everybody, and if you feel that it's not mandatory by any means, but many of us will tip our postmen, our doormen, our favorite waiters and waitresses a little extra over the holiday season, and you may want to consider doing that for me or any of your favorite readers on YouTube. We all have donate buttons. We do provide a free service year-round. I mean, it's totally optional, but it's all appreciated, as well as liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting. You can hit the subscribe button here. Ordering readings and my wares, that's all goes towards making this readings free for you every month. I will be back with the Lots of Love by mid-January for the February. Maybe not on Vimeo, though. I'm going to check some other things out. But I appreciate you so much. I want to wish you a great 2018, a great eclipse, a great month of January. Remember, you are love and beauty incarnate, and have a great year. Bye.